What's good, y'all? You know, the best thing you can do right now, y'all, to benefit in the world is to just, ignore how the world is right now, family. There's too much distractions going on, Keep your energy intact, y'all, because you are the receiver. Whatever you want in your life is going to happen, but you got to have your energy, you know, for yourself, family, because you don't want nobody trying to take what's yours. You work too hard to build your energy up, family. It wouldn't be right for someone to take what you are building, family, because it's your empire. A lot of people ain't gonna agree with you either, but you shouldn't have nobody agree with you, yo, because they don't see, where you're headed, family. Tunnel when you lock in, y'all, and set your mind to tunnel vision. Fuck what they on. You can't worry about nobody, y'all. No, if they your homies and they give you good advice, that's something that's gonna help you. But not everybody wants to help you, y'all, because this world is meant to destroy y'all. It's meant to keep you down or to break your mind, There's a reason why everybody wants to be something, yet they don't take action, family, because that mental, it traps them, because if they feel like they can't do it, what's gonna happen, y'all? They're not gonna do it, But back to what I was saying, though, family, the crisis that's going on in this world, y'all. The world's gonna end one day, y'all. The way it's going now, the shit that just happened, y'all. Where there's a lot of fires, there's a lot of attacks, like it or not, y'all. Warfare may occur one day because how the world is now, y'all. Why you think there's so much shit going on? Because change, y'all. The world you're living on, even she don't like the shit that's being, happened. So why you think all these attacks, all these natural disasters are happening, family? It's getting the people that want to war shit off this bitch, because that frequency ain't no longer serving the planet no more, y'all. Because she's cleansing. Why you think that Antarctica and all that shit is heating up, y'all, and it's becoming to look like Vinland in a way, where that bitch looks nice, right? That's how it always was. But you just must focus, family, and realize that, well, my passion, and everything that I have worked hard towards, I can't show nobody that side of me, y'all, unless people want to know, because you're gonna have people that are motivated by you, but you're gonna have people that can't stand you because you do it without ease, y'all. What you do, you're so good at it that people don't wanna, look your way for the fact that they ain't trying to wish you, no peace, So that's why I always tell y'all, in a world like this, y'all, move solid, but move silent, Silence is, something that's needed in this world, family. It's important, y'all, because the world is, in a bunch of noise, y'all. That's why the world is so much and drowning, But it's showing everybody absorbs it, and they like to fucking feed at it like a parasite, Nah, you take what is shown, you think about it, you meditate on it, and you ask yourself, why is the universe showing me this shit, family? You make enemies, y'all, when, you tolerate things that you don't fuck with. That's why I always say, y'all, your energy is everything, because it shows your attention. Once you give somebody your attention, y'all, or you are showing that they have, they are well enough respected for you to listen. That's not a bad thing, but it can be, y'all, if you are giving your power to the wrong people, to the people that, are drainers and not givers, But I made this video for the people trying to help the world. The economy's crashing, the system's crashing, everything is crashing. It's not gonna happen now, but it's happening, in phases, at a time. Why do you think you see everything being shown to you, family, that was in the dark? All that shit that is wicked, it must come to the light, y'all, right? It's just like when you are a wicked being and you step out in the world and a chosen one enters your frequency, you're gonna feel that light and he's gonna sense that darkness within you, because energy can never be hidden from, what energy is, y'all, because I'm energy and so are you. So if you have energy and I do, and you come around me or I go around you, we are bound to feel each other through presence, through, our auras, through the energy. But, all that wickedness and shit that came out, y'all, it was negative energy. So it was bound to show itself to the light, y'all, because duality in all things, what's done must come to the light. And what's in the light must overlay and overthrow the darkness, y'all, because you are the darkness, chosen one. But you have enough light within you to help the ones that are still stuck in darkness around you. Because, yes, we are dark matter energy. That's why the energy flowing through you helps you manifest things, family. People don't know that though. And that's why they don't do shit about it. They just are stuck hoping, But I'm telling y'all right now, man, 2026, y'all, we're only in February, but we have seen a lot of the natural disasters already. Solar flares are hitting the planet. That's a sign that everything is metamorphosing drastically, y'all. Changes are occurring, y'all. The consciousness is elevating within the population. Don't you know how, lucky it is for you to, live on this planet and embrace the changes we are going through, y'all? It's a blessing, truly, because people are waking up. People are thinking differently. People are trying to become better. They're looking for change. And now they realize that change is not outside them, it's within them. There you go. That's when you change your life, chosen one. But, before I end this video, I just want to remind you that, just because the world is showing you how it's operating right now around you, y'all, doesn't mean that you gotta dwell yourself to feed back at it, y'all. Don't ever lower your light to, get something that is too low for you to take in with your frequency, y'all. Because if it was too low for you to get, that shit was never meant to get at you anyway, But remember, chosen ones, there are some people in this world, y'all, who are dark beings, beings that have been, possessed, straight entity like vessels. The only thing you can do, y'all, by helping them is to help you. I'm gonna tell you something that's a fact, y'all. If you meditate and the person around you doesn't, will you still help them? Because the energy that you are, having around you flowing, they feel that. They don't know what that is though, because you worked on yourself to get that feeling. But since you are a magnet, everything around you is felt, and so they feel you. And that's why, you will encounter a lot of beings that will want to talk to you and shit, y'all. This is the effect of, being a celebrity and this, newer generation, y'all. All these celebrities are puppets, I repeat, y'all, if you are a celebrity, you are a puppet, because you are, somebody that was tied to a string. They give you materialism. You push out what you were told, which is an agenda, right? Everybody's a celebrity in their own way. Through, your aura, not through what you have did in the physical. No. If you want to be somebody that attracts others, y'all, well, change your perspective on who you seem to be now, y'all. If you may not be a celebrity, you may not do anything, well, at least make sure you look good physically, y'all, so you can attract all eyes on you. That's how it starts, y'all. If you want all eyes on you, you gotta look good out here. You gotta take care of your body, But the only thing that I can tell your family is right now, stick to within, y'all, because the gates of the codes are within you. They're never outside of y'all. And what the ancestors is trying to show y'all, you might have to go within and tap in to see what it is, because we are all given something different to push out to the masses, y'all. So I might tell y'all something that somebody else is telling y'all that doesn't resonate with what I'm speaking on, family. But we are all preaching high vibrational information, and that's the key right there, y'all. Because the more things that are pushed out with high energy behind it, the more people awaken, you know? And when you help somebody, yo, you free them. You make them look at life differently, yo. You make them want to do better. You make them, you know, get out of phase that they was trapped in, yo. It might hurt them first. It might make them break out. But for every soul to elevate, yo, they gotta go through pain. They gotta go through something that's gonna stick with them forever, you know?